All right, so I wanted to just talk about the holographic reality as it is pertaining to the uh, the mindset of our system and what we actually emanate consciously throughout our reality. So again, this is about the manifestation of what we actually are experiencing within the physical, what we would perceive to be the physical manifestation of a scalar resonance field, right? We create scalar waves within our reality from emanating from our body simulator into the reality. This moves through in itself into a morphogenetic field, which is a field of information. If you can actually imagine it as a bubble, a perceived bubble reality of information existing within our being, uh, and also in our surrounding space, for us to perceive a reality in which our mindset system, our mindset, is producing this reality. So in itself, this then is a combination of everything from our DNA sequencing, our DNA programming, our subconscious programming, a combination or amalgamation of all of these different types of information formulating into a cocktail, if you will, of information, which then creates a projected reality or a hologram that we perceive in our now moment. So I would have talked before about past frames of reference and how frames of reference actually may produce or actually do produce like a present reality. So in itself, if we see a perceived reality, a focused now reference, um, a lot of it is produced from a past frame of reference or a feeling that we've had in the past, producing into a now moment. And I know that can be a bit uh, was it were daunting for some people, or it can be, I mean, it was for me in itself, because uh, especially when I um, went through a lot of like looping cycles within my past, to where coming to the realization of realizing that it was just me. It was me fighting myself. It wasn't anything outside of me fighting me, or creating a reality that I didn't want. It was in itself my own ego holding me back from certain aspects of my own existence that I needed to actually move forward in fulfilling. So I hope that makes sense. Yeah, so one of the ways that I noticed was most beneficial for me in actually moving out of those cycles was to, yeah, acknowledge the feelings I had within myself, the feelings that were not addressed fully within my consciousness, and fully acknowledging it, looking into it deeper, and in itself pinpointing the origin of the program system within my mind, and allowing it to clear with intention, essentially acknowledging it and letting it go. Well, some aspects of it would be things to let go, some aspects of it would be things to address and acknowledge, to observe, to feel into, to to love and appreciate for its wisdom that it brings in the moment of realization. Self-realization is what it is. So yeah, is essentially again in itself moving out of certain aspects of the looping cycle, and that is what is actually occurring now, as even in my own realization with the energy that is coming in, and even looking into the past frame of reference when I was going through my uh, I mean, I'm still going through parts of the transformation manifestation, which is the activation of my energy cycles into a greater manifestation or realization of the existence of the all within the all, or the all being self, right? All is self. So it it brought me to more to the realization even recently that there are so many different paths, and I would have known this maybe when I started out, even talking to a few of my friends and stuff like that, and actually realizing, yeah, like they, all of us have so many different paths, right? All of us experience these things in different ways. But when you really have a conversation with some people who have gone through transformation, manifestation, or who are going through it, we all have there is a common denominator that surrounds the whole transformation, right? And for many is that realization of the all within self, or all is self, the realization that the reality based on our manifest thoughts, our mindset, the reality literally speaks to us. The reality essentially, it's an interactive field of information, constantly interacting with us. It's only through our own programming, our ego, our human mind system, that we marginalize certain experiences from, for example, like a book, or even like a fingernail clipper, right? Uh, Everything has its awareness, its information, its world within itself, and yeah, we just need to tune in to first ourselves, because that helps us to then be able to expand and tune into that which is, again, what you would perceive to be outside of yourself, is really something, a manifestation from the inside of ourselves. I hope that makes sense, but it, right, stick with it. uh, is where everything comes into how the law of attraction works, right? Or at least aspects of the mechanics of the law of attraction. It's really, really deep. It's really simple as well, depending on how you choose to see it. But it goes deep if you go into the mechanics and the engineering aspects of how our energetic system works, and how we actually attract or magnetize and we electrify things within the reality. So yeah, so I'll leave it there. The system in itself is unfolding more and more. Uh, I really appreciate this journey. I appreciate all who resonate with this message, even though, and those who don't. I mean, it's a journey, uh, and in itself, we are all one, and we are coming to more realizations of ourselves as the all that exists within this manifest reality here and now. And this phase that we're moving